Even though Sigma males never intend to confuse anyone, they somehow always do. Their lives carry a quiet mystery, a rhythm that doesn't sync with the rest of the world. They move with precision, guided by an inner code that few can read and even fewer can understand. While society loves to label men as alpha or beta, the Sigma stands somewhere else entirely, off the grid on his own wavelength, walking to a beat that only he can hear. People watch him, trying to figure him out. They call him unpredictable, distant, or hard to read. But what they don't realize is that his so-called strangeness is actually discipline disguised as detachment. His rules aren't random. They're the quiet framework behind his peace, power, and self-mastery. And that's what most people will never get. You can't understand a Sigma until you've lived like one. So ask yourself this: have you ever felt like you were built differently? Like your mind plays chess while everyone else is still learning checkers? Have you ever walked away from noise and felt stronger in silence than others do in the spotlight? Or maybe you've noticed how people get curious, even uneasy, when they can't quite figure you out. If that sounds like you, then you're not weird. You're operating by rules most people don't even know exist. These are the 7 uncommon rules Sigma males live by, the same principles that leave others both confused and captivated every time they cross paths with one. Number 1. Forgive, but never forget those who've crossed you. Most people misunderstand this about Sigma males. They see the calm forgiveness and assume it's weakness, maybe even naivety. But that's far from the truth. Sigma males forgive because they don't want to carry the weight of resentment, not because they've forgotten the offense. Their forgiveness is a conscious act of emotional release, not a reset button. They let go of the anger but remember the lesson. When someone hurts you deeply, it's natural to want to move on. But Sigmas believe there's wisdom in remembering who drew blood first. It's not about holding a grudge. It's about learning patterns and protecting your peace. They know that trust once broken should never be granted carelessly again. Imagine petting a friendly cat that suddenly scratches you. You might pet it again one day, but you'll do so gently, watchfully, aware of what it's capable of. That's how Sigma males operate. Forgiveness frees the soul, but memory protects it. And while some may think it's paranoid to remember, Sigma males see it as strategy. They know people who say, just forget about it, often end up hurt the same way twice. They'd rather walk wisely than blindly, and that's what confuses most. Number 2. Keep your emotions private, even when they burn inside. To the outside world, Sigma males can seem unreadable, almost emotionless. But that couldn't be further from reality. They feel everything deeply. They just choose not to broadcast it. In a culture obsessed with oversharing and emotional theatrics, their composure feels strange, even intimidating. They've learned that emotions, when expressed without restraint, can cloud judgment or invite unwanted influence. The Sigma mindset values control, not because they fear vulnerability, but because they protect their emotional sovereignty. When you reveal too much, people start to analyze, interfere, and project their interpretations onto you. Sigma males would rather keep their inner world sacred and untouched. To them, silence is not emptiness, it's mastery. Their restraint isn't coldness, it's clarity. They understand that not every emotion deserves an audience. And while some see that as aloofness, it's actually strength in disguise, the strength to feel deeply yet remain unshaken. Number 3. Be wary of those who try too hard to be liked. Sigma males have an uncanny radar for authenticity. When someone enters their life trying too hard, complimenting too much, agreeing too quickly, or adapting to every opinion, it instantly raises a red flag. Genuine people don't perform connection. They build it slowly, through honesty and shared experience. To Sigmas, overeagerness often masks insecurity or manipulation. They've seen it too many times. People who pretend to care just to get close, only to take advantage later. That's why Sigma males value quality over quantity in their relationships. They don't chase approval or hand out trust easily. They observe, test, and watch consistency. And yes, that makes others label them as distant or hard to know, but that's because they don't explain their intuition. Their gut feelings have saved them too many times to doubt now. They believe that real loyalty is proven through actions, not words. If someone's behavior and promises don't align, a Sigma quietly withdraws without confrontation. In their world, trust isn't a right. It's a privilege earned over time. Being cautious doesn't mean they're cold-hearted. It means they've learned from pain. They don't believe in drama or emotional chaos, only in quiet wisdom and self-protection. It simply means you take a moment to observe whether someone's words truly align with their actions. That simple awareness can save you from endless confusion and disappointment. Because when you start noticing patterns, who follows through and who doesn't, you begin to see people for who they actually are, not who they pretend to be. Over time, you'll find that actions reveal a person's true character far more clearly than any promise or excuse ever could. And once you learn to read those signs, your circle gets smaller, wiser, and far more genuine. Number 4. Never apologize for being different or not fitting in. Being different often feels lonely, like walking a path only you can see. Most people crave belonging. They want to blend in, to be accepted. But Sigma males? They're wired differently. For them, standing out isn't rebellion, it's authenticity. Trying to fit into the crowd would mean betraying their nature, dimming the very spark that makes them who they are. So instead of conforming, they embrace their difference unapologetically. Imagine a world where everyone thought, spoke, and acted the same. Dull, predictable, lifeless. The Sigma male's uniqueness is the color in that gray landscape. They bring new ideas, fresh perspectives, and an unshakable energy that refuses to be molded. Of course, this confuses people. Some even take offense when they realize a Sigma won't bend or fake a smile just to fit in. But what others call arrogance is really integrity, the refusal to wear a mask for approval. They won't soften their edges just to make others comfortable. They won't dilute their truth to win acceptance. And that unsettles those who've built their lives around being liked. But for the Sigma male, authenticity is not up for negotiation. It's the foundation of his identity. Number 5, watch how people act, not just what they say. Words are easy. Promises are cheap. But actions, those reveal everything. Sigma males live by this simple principle because they've seen how often talk disguises truth. Someone might call you a friend yet disappear the moment you need them. Another might claim indifference but spend all their time proving the opposite. For a Sigma, the real story is always told in behavior, not speech. That's why they don't take people's words at face value. They observe. They wait. They notice whether consistency exists between what someone claims and how they move. To outsiders, this might look like cynicism, but it's actually discernment, the art of seeing people clearly. After all, it's not about distrusting everyone. It's about being wise enough to recognize that character is demonstrated, not declared. Think of it like being on a sports team. The coach might say, everyone is equally important. But if the same few players are always chosen first, what speaks louder, the words or the actions? Sigma males live by that logic. It's not about being skeptical, it's about seeing reality for what it is, not what people wish it to be. Number 6, help others, but don't announce it. In a world addicted to attention, this one rule makes Sigma males stand out the most. When they help someone, they don't post about it, brag about it, or seek applause. They do it quietly because for them, the act itself is the reward. Helping someone in silence keeps the focus on compassion, not ego. It allows the gesture to remain pure, untouched by the need for validation. While many seek praise for every good deed, Sigma males prefer to leave their impact unspoken. They don't believe in using kindness as currency. They'd rather give without expectation, assist without recognition, and uplift without turning it into a performance. And yes, this confuses people, especially in an era where everything good must be broadcasted. But to them, true generosity doesn't need witnesses. It's about preserving the dignity of the person you're helping, not making them feel small or indebted. Sigma males live by the belief that if you need the world to see your kindness, maybe it wasn't kindness to begin with. Number 7. Don't change your mind just because someone disagrees. When faced with disagreement, most people instinctively second-guess themselves. They want to avoid conflict, to appear agreeable. But Sigma males stand firm in their convictions. Their beliefs aren't random. They're forged through deep thought, self-reflection, and experience. So when someone challenges them, they don't crumble or conform just to fit in. This doesn't mean they're stubborn or closed-minded. In fact, they listen carefully, weigh perspectives, and consider evidence. But once they've reached a conclusion grounded in reason, they don't shift easily. Their steadiness often confuses those who equate flexibility with open-mindedness. But Sigma males know that constantly changing your mind to please others is just another form of insecurity. Think of it like creating a masterpiece. Every brushstroke deliberate, every color chosen with meaning. To keep repainting it just because someone dislikes a shade would destroy the art itself. That's exactly how a man of conviction treats his beliefs: intentional, steady, and deeply personal. Sure, this might create friction with people who crave constant agreement, but that's also what keeps him grounded. Because he understands a truth most people spend their lives running from. You can't please everyone, and you're not meant to. Real confidence isn't about proving your worth or forcing others to see things your way. It's about knowing your truth, standing by it, and having the strength to walk alone when needed. So hold your ground, trust your vision, and never dilute who you are just to fit in. If this message hit home, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Epic Persona, where we explore the mindset, self-mastery, and inner strength that shape extraordinary people.